We are not all made alike. Some hearts feel more deeply. They experience the world in high definition. Every sight, every sound, every emotion reverberates with a profound intensity. It's like living life on a grand scale where joys soar higher and sorrows cut deeper. This isn't about being overly sensitive or dramatic. It's about a fundamental difference in how we process the world. Highly sensitive people are often deeply intuitive. They pick up on subtleties that others miss. They see beneath the surface, sensing the unspoken emotions and hidden currents in every interaction. This intensity is a gift, but it can also be a heavy burden to carry in a world that often misunderstands it. We live in a society that values stoicism, where vulnerability is often seen as a weakness. This can leave highly sensitive people feeling like they have to constantly dim their light, to shrink themselves down in order to fit in. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist, offered profound insights into different personality types. He spoke of introverted intuitives, individuals who possess a rich inner world and a deep connection to their intuition. These individuals often feel a sense of differentness from a young age. They may struggle to relate to their peers or find themselves drawn to solitary pursuits where they can explore the depths of their own minds. Jung believed that introverted intuitives are often visionaries and deep thinkers. They possess a unique ability to see patterns and connections that others miss. This can manifest in a variety of ways, from artistic and creative pursuits to a deep empathy for others and a passion for social justice. However, this depth of feeling and perception can also be isolating. Introverted intuitives often feel like they're living in a world that doesn't quite understand them. Their sensitivity can be mistaken for weakness, and their insights may be dismissed or ignored. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, frustration, and a sense of not belonging. Highly sensitive people experience the world with an intensity that can be both exhilarating and exhausting. They absorb the emotions of others like emotional sponges, feeling the joys and sorrows of those around them as if they were their own. The constant influx of stimuli can be overwhelming, leading to sensory overload and a feeling of being constantly bombarded. This sensitivity extends beyond just emotions. Highly sensitive individuals may also be more acutely aware of their physical surroundings. They may be bothered by loud noises, bright lights, or strong smells. They may also be more sensitive to pain and discomfort. It's like having a nervous system that's always set to high. The world can feel too loud, too bright, too much to bear. This constant state of heightened awareness takes a toll, leading to exhaustion, anxiety, and a deep need for solitude and quiet time to recharge. The struggles of highly sensitive individuals are often met with well-meaning but ultimately unhelpful advice. Just don't take it so personally, people say, as if sensitivity were a switch that could be turned on and off at will. Develop a thicker skin, they advise, failing to understand that this sensitivity is not a flaw but an integral part of who they are. This lack of understanding can be deeply isolating. It can make highly sensitive people feel like they are fundamentally flawed, that there is something wrong with them for experiencing the world so deeply. What they need is not to be fixed, but to be understood. They need empathy, not pity. They need someone to see their sensitivity not as a weakness, but as the strength that it is, a capacity for deep feeling, for profound connection, for experiencing the world in all its richness and complexity. Section 5. The longing for true connection. More than anything, highly sensitive people crave authentic connection. They long for relationships where they can be their true selves without judgment or the need to self-censor. They seek out kindred spirits who understand their intensity, who can appreciate their depth of feeling and the unique perspective they bring to the world. But finding such connections can be a challenge. In a world that often prizes superficiality and quick fixes, genuine vulnerability can feel risky. It requires courage to let down your guard, to show your true self to the world, and risk being hurt. This is why true listening is so vital. Highly sensitive people need to feel heard, truly heard, not just listened to. They need someone who will hold space for their emotions, who will validate their experiences without trying to fix them or offer unsolicited advice. Section 6. The burden of the false self. To navigate a world that doesn't always understand their intensity, highly sensitive people often develop coping mechanisms. They may learn to suppress their emotions, to present a carefully curated version of themselves to the world. They create a false self that conforms to societal expectations, while their true self remains hidden, tucked away for safekeeping. This self-editing can be a form of self-protection, a way of avoiding judgment or rejection, but it comes at a cost. Living behind a mask is exhausting. It requires constant vigilance, a constant monitoring of one's thoughts and feelings. Over time, this disconnect between the true self and the false self can lead to feelings of emptiness, anxiety, and a sense of not belonging. It can also stifle creativity and prevent highly sensitive individuals from sharing their unique gifts with the world. Section 7. Finding your tribe. Finding yourself. The journey for highly sensitive people is about learning to embrace their sensitivity as a source of strength. It's about finding spaces where their depth is valued, where their intuition is honored, and where their capacity for empathy is seen as a gift. This might involve seeking out like-minded individuals, joining groups or communities where sensitivity is celebrated. It might mean exploring creative outlets that allow for self-expression and emotional release. It's about creating a life that honors their needs, a life that provides space for solitude and reflection, as well as opportunities for meaningful connection. It's about learning to set boundaries, to protect their energy, and to say no without guilt or apology. Section 8. The power of sensitivity. Sensitivity is not a weakness, it is a superpower. It's the ability to feel deeply, to connect deeply, to experience the world in all its raw beauty and heartbreaking complexity. It's the ability to empathize, to understand, to see the world through the eyes of others. In a world that often values superficiality and instant gratification, sensitivity is a radical act of resistance. It's a reminder that there is more to life than meets the eye, that true fulfillment comes from embracing our whole selves, with all our complexities and contradictions. So, to all the highly sensitive people in the world, know this. You're not alone. Your sensitivity is a gift, not a curse. Embrace it, honor it, let it guide you. For it is in the depths of your feeling that you will find your greatest strength, your deepest purpose, and your most authentic self.